Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. This is the third installment of Just an Unknown podcast with your host. You already know who I am, and if you don't, that makes it even more better because I am Unknown Emperor. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this now, thank you. For anybody that joins in later on or watches it as a video later on, I appreciate you. Thank you. Because if you stopped in, that means you just want to have a conversation with me, or you want to listen to what I got to say, and I got a lot to say. Today is going to be a little bit more towards sports, a little bit. I got wrestling, I got NBA, I got the NFL. And then I'll just do a lot of like hypotheticals or if I have enough time for it. But first, how everybody's doing, how you doing? I am doing fine. And then, I'm out the hoodie today. I had to rep Russ for you, a little something, something. I had to throw Russ on because he fractured his hand for my Clippers and, playing hard, but he worked hard. He had it. He had it. So boom. Thank y'all for joining in. Got another. Oh, I'm feeling good tonight. How everybody else is feeling. But the reason for it, I really want to go ahead and get everything popping, get everything started. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get jumping and get into what we're gonna be talking about today because I know I can get long-winded. I like to talk. So boom, if you're talking to me, I'm gonna talk back. Even if you ain't talking to me, I'm still gonna talk to you because you tuned in to listen to me, and I'm gonna give you what I have to say. Again, disclaimer: if you're tuning into this podcast, or if you're listening on a video later on, I just give my opinions. I just give my opinions, what I'm thinking from my perspective, because I'm the only one walking in these size 12 shoes that I have. So can't nobody really give my perspective. And if you're listening, I want to hear your perspective too. I want to listen to what you got to say, what you like, what you like to do. And if you have an opinion or if you against what I got to say, then I want you to voice it. If you're not liking what I got to say, I want you to voice it. I want you to tell me in the comments, but I also want you to like and subscribe because everything is fair around here. I appreciate everybody that do tune in. I appreciate everybody that do subscribe. Share it with everybody. I'm not for the kids, but I'm for the kids. I curse a little bit from time to time, but that's because I get excited. But boom, first thing on the list. First thing on the list is tomorrow we got an AEW pay-per-view. It is AEW Revolution, and I'm gonna be at work tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tune in. But if I do, just know I am going to have a review for you Monday. And then if you like wrestling, I got a SmackDown review that I posted this morning. I got an AEW review from this past Go Home show. So if you like wrestling, I do wrestling as well. The pay-per-view tomorrow is AEW Revolution. One of the first matches, well, I don't know the card order of it, but a match that I know is on the card is going to be Toni Storm defending her title against Deonna Purrazzo. And I think Toni Storm's gonna win. My prediction is I'm not even gonna say I think. My prediction is Toni Storm is gonna win. She's gonna retain that title because there's a whole lot of storyline left with the timeless one Toni Storm. Again, if you don't watch AEW, you really should. This is a great up and coming wrestling show because if you like WWE when it was coming up, AEW do have its quirks. But there's a lot of wrestlers on there that I appreciate. So the first match that I went over is Toni Storm versus Deonna. Toni Storm comes out on top. She retains her AEW Women's Championship. The next match that I can go over and predict for you is going to be Bryan Danielson, the former Daniel Bryan, taking on Eddie Kingston for the Continental Cup Classic Championship. All the C's, big C's. Not big C's. Hold on. I'm in C, not Caddo Correctional Center though, or whatever, because not Caddo, obviously. But I want to say Eddie Kingston will win this match. Eddie Kingston will beat Bryan Danielson, and only because Eddie Kingston has to earn this respect. He has to win, retain the title. Bryan Danielson is in a spot to where he wants to put people over, and I don't put nothing past him on this one. He'll put Eddie over. It's going to be a nice back and forth match, and that's probably going to be one of the better matches because they can both wrestle. Then we go into Sting's last match. Sting right now is the tag team champion, the AEW tag team champions with Darby Allin. They are facing Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, aka one of the best tag teams to step on this earth, aka Mr. Mad Nick, aka the EVPs, the Young Bucks. They are the challenging for the AEW tag team champions. This is Sting's last match. This man is about 64, 65 years old. And going into it, I almost, I almost, oh my goodness, want to go with Sting winning his last match in AEW, but for some reason, I do believe that the Young Bucks are gonna ruin his last match, and they're gonna get the dub. They're gonna walk out with the AEW Tag Team Champions. And Sting is very nice and very appreciative, so he's gonna let the young guys go over. That's what I believe, and I think that's gonna be the nice match. If it's not the main event, it's gonna be the match before the main event. But again, watch it. AEW, if you have some, but if not, don't watch it, and I'm gonna do the review for you. And then just watch my review, and I'm gonna give you the good, and I'm gonna give you the bad, give you everything all around. Another match that we have on that card is the TNT champion Christian Cage taking on Mr. If you don't know Daniel Garcia, he the man with the hips. So if you see no flips, just hips, that's him. He the one that's stroking with the Daniel Garcia. But I do not see him beating Christian Cage. There's a lot of rumors saying that he is going to get that nod, but I think Christian Cage has got to let Adam Copeland, the former Edge in AEW, he has to lose the title to him. Well, he could lose it to Daniel Garcia, but it's not gonna be now. Now, I think Christian Cage is gonna take that TNT championship. Plus, he got Kill Switch on the side. He got Nick Wayne's mother, and he got Nick Wayne. So it's gonna be a lot of interference. Daniel Garcia is gonna get a good showing, but I do see Christian Cage taking that victory from him. We have an all-star scramble. I'm gonna have to take to my notes real quick because it's a lot of bodies. We got Chris Jericho, we got Wardlow, we got Powerhouse Hobbs, we have Lance Archer, we have Hook, we have Brian Cage, we have Dante Martin, and we have a to be announced. This match started off as like a big men slapping man meat type of match, so it's like all the big swole. I put my muscles up like I'm swole. I ain't swole. I ain't been to the gym in a little minute. Baby trying to tell me to work out, but uh, 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 and then, but they had a match starting off. I think Warlow is gonna get this nod because they have to put him in the picture. He is a part of the Undisputed Kingdom. Yeah, he's a part of the Undisputed Kingdom. So gotta 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 go ahead and get that push because if Warlow doesn't get this push now, it's gonna kill all his momentum, and I'm tired of them start stopping his momentum. This isn't the first time he done started pushing. Warlow is the big dude that you see power bombing everybody. If you watch the AEW highlights, he's big, slow. He running around with four other people, but Warlow is Mr. Dominating himself. What I think is gonna be the match of the night is Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. He is a new Takeshita. Yeah, yeah, Japanese name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Will Ospreay is a dog. If you saw my AEW review, you see that I am big on Will Ospreay. I do see him winning this match and then leaving the Don Callis family because it has to be. It has to be something along those lines because if it's not, then I don't see it ending very well. But I do see Will Ospreay beating Takeshita, and I do see it being the match of the night, hands down, because both of these people can fly in the ring, both of these people can wrestle, and they go if they're given enough time, they're gonna dominate. We got FTR, which is Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, the former the Revival. I forgot what their actual names was in the WWE, but the old Revival, FTR, they're facing John Moxley, who was formerly known as Dean Ambrose, and Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Cesaro, the BCC, Blackpool Combat Club. And this match is kind of a toss-up. Before I came into this podcast, I was kind of iffy about who I was thinking was going to win. I think it might be a draw. AEW has been implementing a lot of these draw techniques into these matches, And these four men are the perfect candidate of it ending in a draw. They have a lot of bad blood amongst each other. I know they're going to be a lot of punching. I guarantee you this. I have not seen it because it comes on tomorrow. Jon Moxley is going to bleed. He is going to bleed a lot. And I promise you he is going to bleed. I am telling you this now. Jon Moxley is one of those people that the wind could blow and he bleeding, he leaking. Like what, Ric Flair? I think Ric Flair is one of the big people that came up with all the blood on his face. Yes, Jon Moxley is one of them. But Jon Moxley go crazy though. Every wrestler that I'm naming go crazy because they are on this pay-per-view for a reason. Please check out AEW. I'm not getting paid by them, so this ain't a paid promotion. I am just an advocate for good wrestling. I am just an advocate for good wrestling. Another match that we're gonna have is I didn't think I went over this one. Right now I've went over about 7 matches and there's 9 matches on the card. One of the few matches that we do have that I do know exactly know who's gonna win. Well, I don't know because I never know, but my opinion is showing me that it's the international championship match between Orange Cassidy. If you know Orange Cassidy, he the man with his hands in his pockets. He lazy kick you. He runs with his hands in his pockets. He dive out the ring with his hands in his pockets. He got a toothpick in his mouth. He'll spit it in your face, you know. And then we have Roderick Strong, who is a part of the Undisputed Kingdom. Everything that I said for Warlow, copy and paste it to Roderick Strong. They have built. Yeah, he's smooth. Man, Orange Cassidy's so smooth. I'm telling you, he's so clean. And he's been this international champion for a little minute. But when it comes to Roderick Strong, they have built his group so much that if he were to lose, it's going to kill all the momentum. Since they debuted, I forgot the pay-per-view that they debuted. They debuted, they attacked MJF. I haven't seen MJF since they did. Oh, since MJF have not been in the picture, y'all haven't heard me talk about him. MJF is a dog. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, he's better than you, and you know it. I'm telling you, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. But I digress. Roderick Strong is going to beat Orange Cassidy with a lot of interference for the the United Kingdom. And Orange Cassidy has his best friends, but I think one of his people probably gonna turn on him. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on anything, but you listen to what I'm saying. And then one of the matches that I think is going to be the main event is your AEW champion Samoa Joe taking on Hangman Adam Page, taking on Mr. Swerve Strickland. And man, that man go crazy. Be serious. Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland is great. He is all three of these competitors are amazing wrestlers. Unfortunately, I don't want to go with my heart on this one. My heart is telling me Swerve Strickland is going to win and become the first African American AEW heavyweight champion. But because I think Wardlow is going to win that All-Star championship, that All-Star Battle Royale, and the winner of that gets a future AEW championship match, I think Samoa Joe is going to win because if you know the story behind it, Samoa Joe beat MJF because he sided with the United Kingdom and they was bullying MJF, bullying the Acclaim, everything of that nature. But I do see Samoa Joe winning this match. Hangman Adam Page is going to do everything he possibly can to not let Swerve win it. But I do see Samoa Joe taking it out on top. So from the matches, I have Roderick Strong winning. I have Tony Storm winning. I have Eddie Kingston. I have the Young Bucks. I have Christian Cage. I have Wardlow. I have Will Ospreay. I have a draw for the FTR Claudio and the FTR and BCC fight. And I have Samoa Joe taking the victor. He is going home, the champion. And we're going to have an amazing pay-per-view for this. I hope you watch it because I'm going to try my best to watch it so I'm able to review it for you. Wrestling is in a great spot right now. If you see my SmackDown review, it's really picking up. They have The Rock, but this isn't about SmackDown. I'll leave that for another podcast. This one is AEW. AEW is starting to pick up a little steam. They are dealing with a lot of injuries, so a lot of their matches that they would have wanted to do, they can't do right now. But the show must go on. They're storytellers for a reason. Ooh, and I want to be a wrestler. Shocker, shocker, shocker. But I'm 5'9" and like 116 on a good day. In his now, if I throw on the wrestling boots, though, a smooth 5'10", and I'll be a heel too. You put me on that mic, I'm a heel. So Tony Khan, Triple H. When I get big, I'm gonna try to do what Logan Paul did. Got on, hit it, or more like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny came in, did a couple appearances. Shaquille did a couple appearances at AEW. Who else? Greek Freak was at AEW. I want to make it big to where I can start going to these venues. And also, I didn't tell y'all, man, I reached out to Simon Miller, who does the reviews and stuff that I'll be watching. He is a class act. He messaged me back and taught me how I can do better on my reviews, and I am forever grateful for him. So if he ever is to see this, Simon Miller from the UK, I appreciate you and your advice, what you did. I'm going to continue to watch your ups and downs, and I'm going to continue to learn and get better at my review. It was a pleasure for you to even take the time out to reach out to me. I am appreciative of it, and I will continue to support you. And I hope one day that you can invite me out to the UK, or I can invite you out here, and then I'll be able to interview you. We can talk about wrestling, or you can talk to me about anything. But I was mind blown. It was amazing. And I'm forever grateful for it because it's going to help me progress and make my wrestling review videos and any other review videos that I do for you better. He's just class act, amazing person. Simon Miller, I appreciate you. Mm, mm, And thank you for joining in. If you don't know, this is a Russ. I'm repping Russ because he fractured his hand and he might be out for a little minute. But it's a fractured hand, but he pretty tough, so he'll probably push through it. And then this brings me to my next segment, and it is the NBA. This is where we talk about the contenders and the pretenders. And boom, boom. Oh my goodness. Like, this NBA season has really been going crazy. Has really been going stupid. But yeah, Discord. I can most definitely do a Discord with them and talk like how my inspiration, Shannon Sharp, and Mr. Ocho, Mr. Shannon Sharp and Mr. Ocho Cinco, um, how they do it. That'd be appreciative. But boom, NBA, pretenders, contenders. Again, this is my voice. This is what I see. You're more than welcome to debate me in that comment section, and you're more than welcome to debate me right now if you're live with me. I have no problem to talk about it because this is an open, honest space, and I'm only gonna give it to you from my perspective. And you don't have to agree with it, but you're watching, and I appreciate you for watching. I'll just keep an open mind like I keep an open mind. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the contenders in the NBA right now. I'm gonna pick 3 from the East and then 3 from the West. I'm gonna tell you in no particular order. I did put them in number order, but this is just basically the teams that I thought of in that order. But this isn't ranking them in the order and how good or how bad they are. And yes, you are absolutely right. The Boston Celtics are the team to start off my contender list. They have the best record in the league right now. They are winning. They have won 10 straight. They have one of the most high efficient offenses in the NBA right now. They are clear cut in a tier of their own, and then it's everybody else. So the Celtics is most definitely starters. The first team to come to mind when I think about NBA contenders that could actually win a title. The thing with the Celtics is they have to show me when it counts the most. They have to show me when it's finals, when it's crunch time, when it's pushing. They have to show me. They can do regular season all year, like every year, all year, be the number 1, number 2, number 3 seed. But it's been a minute since I've seen them win the finals. So I mean, I trust JT. I trust JT. That was it. And I barely trust JT. But they are the strongest, one of the most complete teams in the NBA right now. They are my number one team as a contender that I thought of. So I'm not gonna say number one team, but the Celtics. The second team that I put on this list as a contender comes from the West. It is your reigning champion, the Denver Nuggets. They are rounding into form right now. Yoke is the best player in the league by far, and it's close, but it ain't even close. Like it's close. Like like blue is the turquoise. What red is the pink? Like something like that. It's close, but it ain't close. Joker, they're gonna pick it up in the playoffs. I have them as one of the teams that they're gonna round into shape because Joker is so great, and the team just kind of is in a groove to where they pick it up and they well round out. Whenever the playoff comes, they starts to heat up, and whenever you sit down and you have to go to Denver in that high altitude, you start to choke up a little bit when you have to overcompensate for the man across the court, which is Yoke, who is a walking triple double that equates to winning. That's what he is, the walking triple double. The third team that I came up with on this power ranking of contenders, I have the Clippers. Granted, man got injured. They are a complete team. They are really they're really dominating right now. They're number 8 in their scoring offense. They're number 10th in their scoring defense. So top 10 in scoring offense and defense in the NBA, especially round and bout in playoff time, is very big. The problem with the Clippers is their health. I am a huge Kawhi fan, as I told you in the first podcast. I am a huge Kawhi fan. He can't stay healthy. Now, he's been staying healthy this year. He's been staying healthy this year. So I appreciate him for, no, I can say I appreciate him, but I mean, he can't really control whether he gets hurt or not. But he's been staying healthy. So with Kawhi, with Russ, with Harden, with Paul George, Zubac with the bench, with Ty Lue as a great coach, I see the Clippers as a contender that we have. A fourth team that I came up with was surprisingly the Miami Heat. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Do not laugh. I said the Miami Heat. Only, only, only. I knocked on wood. I knocked on wood for Kawhi. I knocked on wood because, oh my goodness. I can't wait for his jersey though. I can't wait till I get that jersey with the Kawhi on it. I can be in here rocking it. But for the Heat, which is the fourth team that rounded out my contenders, the Heat and I'm just gonna say I trust in them. That Heat culture, they've proven to do it over and over again. I just can't bet against the Heat, especially playoff Jimmy. The fifth team that I have as a contender, and this is the last team that I got coming from the West, is OKC. Shea is the second on my MVP ranking, and he has been averaging 30 points. He has very been dominating. They are a young, hungry team. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they're supposed to be there. Yes, the Heat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, the Heat. I just trust in their coaching. Whenever the playoffs come around, I didn't believe in them last year. They knocked off the Bucks. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they almost came back from a 3-0 deficit. It's something about Spo. It's something about Jimmy Butler. It's something about that Heat culture that I just can't bet against. I'm sorry. I just can't bet against it. Now, they're just a contender, and I had them last on the list without me ranking. But, yeah, the Heat. And then the last team that I have coming out as a contender, and this is from the East, is the Milwaukee Bucks. And the only reason why I say them is because they have the Greek Freak and they have Dame Dollar. That's the only reason why I said the Bucks. They have the Greek Freak, and nobody else has the Greek Freak. Nobody else has the Greek Freak. So the teams that round out my contenders up until this point, because this is subject to change, is the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Heat, OKC, and the Bucks. We have contenders, so which only means that we got to have the other side of that coin is we have pretenders. And the criteria for this is I pick the team in the top 10 of the seeding that is either in the play in or obviously within the top six. And it's so obviously teams that can make the playoffs and are already in a spot to where that they can do something. The first team that came to mind is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the top of the pretender. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Cavs gonna have to show me. They've done this before. Donovan Mitchell has been in this position before that they be the number one seed, but they get knocked out in the first round. They be a top seed, they get knocked out in the first round. They be great, they get knocked out in the first round. The Cleveland Cavaliers is in the state to where they're not the Celtics, to where I see them as contenders, but they're gonna have to show me. The Cavs are in the other half of that. They are pretenders until they show me that they can beat a good team in a 7-game series throughout a playoffs. Throughout the playoffs. And it's funny you mention those teams because all three of those teams are on my pretenders list. I'm sorry. But the next team that I have on my pretenders list is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Because I don't trust Cat. Only because I don't trust Cat and Rudy Gobert. Minnesota Timberwolves, boom. Pretender, show me. Cat, awful. Not awful, because anybody in the NBA is good. They're better than me, obviously. But awful. I done put so many parlays on that man, and man. They had man, Timberwolves, pretenders. Cavs, Timberwolves, pretender. Next team is one of the teams that you mentioned is the New York Knicks. Now, I like Jalen. I like Julius. I like Hart. I like what they've been doing, but they're the New York Knicks. They're like the Detroit Lions. New York Knicks, Detroit Lions. New York Knicks, Detroit Lions. New York Knicks, Detroit Lions. Like they're a toss up. I would have to see something from the Knicks, or they need one more big piece. They need one more superstar that can come in and actually finish it up. But I have the Knicks on the pretenders, pretenders. Next, surprisingly, I have the Phoenix Suns. All offense, no defense. They are untrustworthy when it comes to health, like the Clippers. But I just don't think they can do it. I don't. I have not seen Kevin Durant lead a team that didn't have Steph Curry. Devin Booker has been in this league long enough, and he has not taken that next step. Yes, he can score 70. Bradley Beal isn't healthy right now, but the Suns, I see them as pretenders because as everything wanes down, they're not gonna be able to deal with a yoke. They're not gonna be able to deal with a Shea Gildress Alexander. They're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to deal with the bench of the Clippers. Man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I have them as a pretender. Then we have the 8 seeded Mavs, and we have the 8 seeded Pacers rounding about my pretenders. Mavs is because the same problem with the Suns. They have all offense, not really defense. They've picked up their defense a little bit. Jason Kidd is coaching them up to the best of his ability. But I see the Mavs as pretenders, and I see the Indiana Pacers as pretenders. The Pacers is just a team that's young, that's getting a lot of hype with Mr. 2020 himself, but the hype is going to die down when a team slows down the pace on them. Right now, they're in the 8 seed, so if they win, they're going to go against the Celtics, and they're not going to beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. If now, what we run into is the Mavs. The Mavs are the 8 seed right now. If they win, playoff, play-in tournament, this, that, and the other. If they happen to win, they go against the Timberwolves. I do believe that they can beat the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves was the number 2 team on my pretenders. They can beat the Timberwolves. And if they can beat the Timberwolves, Then they were at 1-8. They'll have to go against the fourth and fifth seed. Right now, the Clippers are fourth, and the Suns are fifth. So if the Clippers, I feel as though would beat the Suns, they would beat the Mavs. Clippers conference championship. You heard it here first on Just an Unknown podcast with your boy Unknown Emperor. You heard it here first. But nah, like I said, like, this is just as of right now. You hit me in the podcast a couple of times from now, and it'd be completely different. So my pretenders in the NBA right now, as it sits with the standings, is the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the New York Knicks. I have the Phoenix Suns, I have the Dallas Mavericks, and I have the Indiana Pacers rounding about my top pretenders. Three in the East, three in the West. That was the goal that I set, just like the contenders. Three in the East, three in the West. But pretenders, contenders, but I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm ready for these parlays to hit. I'm ready to make some monies. I'm ready to go ahead and get active. Let's get active with it. But this brings me into my Mount Rushmore of the NBA. And I'm gonna run through this quick. Because I ain't gonna do too much arguing with you unless you want to argue in them comments. My Mount Rushmore right now, as it sits, the head, boom, first face that you see on Mount Rushmore, LeBron James, the GOAT. GOAT. I said it in the first one, say it again until the end of time, the GOAT. The GOAT. That man. Number two, I have on that Mount Rushmore is the greatest power forward / center of all time, Mr. Timmy D. He would have been 6-0 in the playoffs if it wasn't for Ray Allen. Man, but see that bald head in public, man. No, Danny Green. Danny Green and Ray Allen ruined Tim Duncan being undefeated, it being 6-0 in the finals because Danny Green ran on the whole other side and didn't grab the rebound. I think Bosh got the rebound, kicked it to Ray Allen. They went the three, and then boom, man. But if they would have hit the three, then he would have been 6-0. LeBron James probably wouldn't have been my GOAT right now. LeBron James starting winning them titles, and that has kind of propelled him and helped him out to become the GOAT. But LeBron James, first face on that Mount Rushmore. Timmy D, Tim Duncan, the second face on that Mount Rushmore. I have, for sake of argument, I have mm, 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 I had to put Michael Jordan. I had to put Michael Jordan. Just because I do know. Oh yeah, he did. Timmy D was tied. Timmy D was tied. That's too much running for that man. And Timmy D was tied. He did. And because Kawhi had missed a free throw. Kawhi and Ginobili had missed a free throw. So it was more than just that Ray Allen. I just hate Ray Allen for making it and being one of the greatest shooters to come about. Which brings me to my last face on the Mount Rushmore, Steph Curry. Stephon Wardell Curry. Wardell Stephon. Yeah. Curry. Steph Curry. Yeah, I do have a choice. I have a choice, and it's my personal opinion, but I had to force. I mean, Bill Russell. Bill Russell got what 11 of them things. So I have a choice. I chose to put Michael Jordan up there for some stands out there, but don't make me take him off. Don't make me take off Michael Jordan. I'll leave him. Never mind. Never mind. I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even gonna. So Mount Rushmore of basketball players: um, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, Stephen Curry. If Kawhi win a ring this year, if Kawhi win a ring, Michael Jordan off. Nah, 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 nah. Card subject to change. If you watch wrestling, you know card subject to change. Kawhi win a ship this year, I'm taking Michael Jordan off, and only because of personal preference. I don't give no damn about no 6-0 in the finals. So what am I supposed to do with Scotty being 6-0 in the finals? I mean, what? What am I? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with Scotty being 6-0 in the finals? What I'm supposed to do about the 11 rings that Bill Russell got? What I'm supposed to do with what Kobe did, the three-peat that he did, and then him going back. I mean, but see. Now you're making people leave. You're making me say stuff that make people leave. I knew Michael Jordan. Man. Bill, I don't know who Bill played against. That's why I didn't say him. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Bill. I didn't watch that. I just heard he just like Wilt Chamberlain. I did not see that man get 100 points. I just believe it. Right now, Kobe has the most points that I've seen because I've physically seen this man score. But man, the plumbers, farmers, your blue collar workers was the same people that Michael Jordan was going against. I mean, if you take the skill of those people and then put them against the skills of the players today would run around. Great, granted, it was different physicality, but the skill level, the best, the best player the best player in the '90s versus the best player, or no, don't even take the best player. Don't even take the top 10. Take take number 11 through 50. Take 11 through 50 of the players that you have today and the players that you have in the '90s. So y'all finna get me started, man. Y'all finna get me, man. Don't even get me up on it, man. Don't even get me up on it. I digress. Cause I gotta segue into this next thing. The next thing is the question that my boy Rolling with QC posed. He said a start, bench, and cut. Do you want to start, bench, or cut 2018 Harden? Do you want to start, bench, or cut 2017 Russ? Or do you want to start, bench, and cut 2016 Steph Curry? My order for this is start Russ. I don't want to contradict what I just said because he said this is a specific year. I know Steph is on my Mount Rushmore, but he getting cut. You start Russ, Mr. Triple Double Machine himself. You got Harden, who I want to say was averaging no less than 40 points for like 30 straight games, and who had defense, underrated defense. He on the bench, or I'll start him and Russ, 1 and 2, because Russ had defense at this time. Mr. Triple Dub. Now, they was on the same team. I wouldn't start, but that's how I do it. I'd start Russ. I would cut Curry, and I would bench Harden only because Curry ain't had no defense. Curry has defense, but you can't put him one-on-one against your best point guard and expect him to hold him the whole 60 minutes, or the whole 48 minutes that he was on the court. So for the start, bench, and cut that Rolling with QC gave me, I start 2017 Russ, I bench 2018 Harden, and I cut 2016 Curry. Which concludes that NBA. Oh, let's get to the NFL. Let's get to these way too early Super Bowl predictions. I can't wait till I do my team record, but I gotta see when the schedule release. Fly Eagles fly. I gotta see when it's released so I can go up and down on it. But whenever that release, I am gonna do a little schedule release thing to where I go over everything and do a prediction for our season. But my way too early Super Bowl predictions, please don't hate me. I got 4 of them. I got 4 of them. One of them is he did. Xavier did run a 4-1, a 4-2, a 4-2-1. He did ran a 4-2-1. He flew out the gate. But the combine don't really mean nothing. Like, yeah, you ran fast, but does it match up with what was on tape? Like, if your tape, you have 3 to 4 years of tape on the scouting combine. I mean, you have 3 or 4 years of tape on the NCAA track, and you overperform on the combine. That shouldn't propel you. Now, people like Michael Parsons, who plays big and then he timed big and worked big at the scouting combine? Absolutely. Absolutely. But some people, some people you just can't take it. I ain't saying don't take his, but some people you just can't be like, oh, he ran a 4.21, he gonna be great. This receiver ran a 4.21. This corner ran a 4.21. This guard benched 35 reps. He gonna be a great. How did he play? But boom, we're gonna talk about it though. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about these way too early Super Bowl predictions that I have. Um, first, I have. First of all, last Super Bowl we had ended 25-22. The Chiefs beat the 49ers, Super Bowl MVP being Patrick Mahomes. My first 2025 Super Bowl way too early predictions. I'm going to do another one of this after the draft, another one after free agency, and another one after the schedules are released, because when you play somebody and where matters in the NFL. But my first one, oh my goodness, please don't be mad at me. Don't hate me. Is I have the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Dallas Cowboys in one of my first predictions of my way too early Super Bowl. Yes, beating the Cowboys. Patrick Mahomes three-peats. He becomes the first he becomes the first quarterback to three-peat, first team to three-peat actually. Super Bowl MVP. The Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl in over a decade, and they lose, but they made it. But they made it. I have the Chiefs beating the Cowboys, and I don't have a score yet because it's way too early. But that's one that I have. Another one that I have is the Chiefs beating the 49ers again, so we get a repeat of the Super Bowl that we just had. Um, I don't really, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really. They were the best teams, but with the Chiefs doing what they do and Patrick Mahomes being the best player, and then it being a drop off between everybody else, I see him going back to back. And then the 49ers are a young team. For what it's worth, I don't really appreciate Kyle Shanahan as a coach, especially how they got rid of Raheem Morris as their defensive coordinator based off of something that wasn't his fault. But I do see the Chiefs. I can see the Chiefs beating the 49ers in a repeat, back to back. Patrick Mahomes. Now this next one, something good to my heart. I, I I have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. This one is this is close to my heart. This is fly Eagles fly. This one is heart over head because I have to do a prediction with my team make it to the Super Bowl. I love Lamar. He's gonna get over the hump, probably beat the Chiefs to actually get into the Super Bowl this one. But he's gonna run into Jalen Hurts, who is one of the best young quarterbacks that the NFL has to offer. Everybody hurts Mr. Jalen Hurts. Eagles over the Ravens. And then this last one is kind of like a spur of the moment because I think this is always a possibility of two off the radar teams making it to the Super Bowl. I have CJ Stroud and the Texans beating the Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers as one of my last way too early Super Bowl predictions. Two young up and coming quarterbacks who dominated and took this lead by a storm this year. They take the next step next year and they take the step to the big one. They take a step to the big one and they win. The CJ Stroud beat Jordan Love in the Super Bowl, and those are my four way too early Super Bowl predictions. And then I have a question for you, everybody that is listening. What is your favorite football game? What is your favorite football video game? Doesn't have to be just Madden. I know a couple of answers of people, but I'm gonna give you my top football games in a second. But if you have a top football game, let me see what your top football game is, and I'll sit there. I'll give you my top five in a minute. I just want to see if y'all like football. and you played the game, if you were a video game head like me, in what would be your top football game? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for tuning in. You've missed my AEW Revolution, but you can always go back and watch it. You missed my NBA stuff, but welcome from joining us in this empire. If you don't know me, that's perfect because I'm Unknown Emperor. Right now, we're talking about your favorite football games. If you played games growing up, just let me know what your favorite football game was, and then I'll be able to give you kind of my opinions on mine, give you a little rundown on it. I see Blitz the League. I see I see Madden. I see Blitz. Somebody said they just watched Madden. Hey, fam in here. How you doing? How you doing? I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I see a couple of them: NCAA, NFL head coach, Madden 11, NFL 2K5. Oh, good, great games, great games, great games. My honorable mentions that I have in my football games, my honorable mentions is Madden '04, Backyard Football, and NCAA '07. Those are games that I fondly remember, but they did not crack my top five. Um, Top five that I have for my best and or favorite football games that I've played is Madden '09 with Brett Favre on the cover. Their soundtrack was great, and I can just remember myself sitting down playing that game. It was a different feel. Blitz the League 2 also was on my list. Just seeing, man, if you saw some of those injuries, like that was the first time that I seen like a ball explode that wasn't scarred. Like I used to watch Scarred growing up before school, and then this man had, not safe for work, but this man had his stuff in his hand because he skated down. But I digress. I ain't even gonna give you that. But Blitz the League was one of the first games that, or the first game that I saw bones break, and it had a rated M. Like my quarterback got hurt and he injected steroids into him mid game, and he came back and won. Like that's how raw Blitz the League was. And I remember me and Jake was playing that. Man, used to come over and play Blitz the League. Man, that game used to be so raw. Man, ooh, that game used to be so raw, Blitz the League. I wanna say either Jacob or CJ bought my first copy of Blitz the League. I know Jacob brought me my first 2K, but I wanna say either CJ or Jacob bought me my first Blitz the League, and we was playing that bit. It was man, them was the times. Oh my goodness. Madden '09, Blister League 2. I have NFL Street in my top five as well. NFL Street just running on the wall. Got man, they need to remaster. EA, get with me. My Empire, Unknown Emperor, EA, get with me. We can remake NFL Street with modern day players. Get with me. I got the perfect team behind me, and we can set it up. NFL Street went crazy. Um, Not ESPN 2K5 was on my list. I got 2K6, the one with Terrell Owens on the cover. ESPN 2K6, I played that on the Xbox because my uncle had the Xbox, and he had the game. I had snuck and played it, man. That was when I did the draft, and they would call out the player's name. I remember having Ray Lewis on my team, Terrell Owens. Man, man, ESPN 2K6 was fucking astronomically great. And then I have NCAA 14 rounding about my top five of my football games. I miss playing. Well, in games, another game they should bring back is Def Jam Vendetta. Def Jam Vendetta with the rappers that we have today would be raw. Imagine getting stumped out by the Migos, or trying to pick up Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion in the club, or fighting Lil Uzi. Imagine DJ Khaled hitting you with a body slam on that game. And then the character creation will be out of this world. NFL Street and and Def Jam, bring them back. It's a lot of other games that we should bring back. Take this clip, send this to ESPN, send this to EA Sports, send this to who else? EA Sports did Def Jam and EA Sports did Def Jam and ESPN. No, they did Madden now. Yeah. Fuck EA. Cause they really ruined Madden. They have ruined Madden. They have took away what I've loved about Madden and just do the same game with the updated rosters. This Madden that I have right now on the 5 is a little different, but man, they do need to bring back Fight Night. I did a little spittle. My bad. Yeah, they do need to bring back Fight Night. Fight Night used to go crazy. Fight Night used to, man, fighting with Roy Jones Jr. Can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't, man. Fighting with Roy Jones Jr. or Sugar Ray Leonard or downloading Muhammad Ali or creating your fighter and fighting Isaac Frost. Man, bring back Fight Night. Bring back Fight Night. Bring back Fight Night. Bring back NFL Street. Bring back Blitz the League. Bring back 2K football. Bring back, man. Talk to me. Talk to Unknown Enterprises. Come on now. Come on. Talk to Unknown Enterprises. We got you. We gonna help you. We'll help you make the game. But man, I wasn't really big in racing games though. I was not big in racing games. I'm not even gonna lie to you. One of the best racing games that I played was Midnight Club, but Split Second. Split Second was a great racing game that I played. Split Second, Gran Turismo. Oh, any ATV Off Road Fury, any Tony Hawk. I know that's not a racing game, but it had wheels in it, so I resonate with it a little bit. But Twisted Metal was great. Twisted Metal because you used to shoot off the roof, going crazy. But I wasn't really big on racing games. Racing games was very simplistic, and then you know I had older brothers. My older brothers did the fighting games and stuff. Did the sports games. I did the fighting games. My mama got me into Mortal Kombat, and I have been spanking people in Mortal Kombat ever since. I've been spanking and one. They need to bring back and one basketball and NBA ballers because and one basketball putting it under your foot, catching and one, and then breaking their ankles. Man, oh my goodness. Oh man, and one was crazy. And one basketball was crazy. And NBA ballers was crazy because I used to dive and break the rim and hang off that. Man, this wasn't even supposed to be a gaming podcast, but this a culture cast. We talk about everything here. Y'all done made me switch it up a little bit. Man, what's your favorite games? It don't even have to be sports related, not even football. Like what's some games that y'all would want to see brought back? Like I can't wait for the new Dragon Ball Z game either. That game gonna be fire. They done released 20 characters. Half of them Goku, half of them Vegeta though. And if they do a character creation, I know that's gonna be off the wall. I didn't get that last Naruto game though. I did not get that last Naruto game. Now, I heard it was good, but they kind of burnt me with Shippuden. I mean with Shinobi Striker. So I want some character creation. GTA 6, I'm looking forward to. The new NCAA game, I'm looking forward to. I was looking forward to the Dragon Ball Z game. And I'm gonna try to keep up with the games too, because when these trailers drop, y'all gotta hear them from somebody. And I'd rather y'all hear them from me than hearing from some random person that don't know you. At least you know me. And if you don't know me, like I said, that's good. Unknown Emperor, come and see. Man, oh man, oh Pokemon. I forgot about Pokemon. Pokemon, if you are listening, please put a game on the PlayStation. Pokemon, put a game on the PlayStation. I would like to get a Switch to play, but with all these games becoming universal, please, 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 please put Pokemon on the PlayStation. I would, man, you'd have so much money for me. I'd buy every game. Sims, Sims, if they come out with a multiplayer Sims, if they come out with a multiplayer Sims, I'm telling you, something that's like free roam. You build your own character. You get, man. All this is patented by me. You're hearing this. If we either we talked about it or you're hearing this here first, man. Sims, if y'all they made by EA too, right? Sims made by EA. Man, I think probably not. But Sims, if you if you're listening, you're probably not listening. But if y'all PlayStation, Xbox, this, that, and the other, make it multiplayer. If you make it to where I can create a character and pull up on my homie who's online and he's on the game, he can pull up on his character, and my character still has to eat, still has to cook and do stuff like this. But the thing about it is, you can also ruin their house because if you don't know how to cook and you cooking at your homie house and you set something on fire, they gonna have to pay for it. That'd be raw. And it's perfect that y'all brought up sales because one of the last things that I wanted to talk to y'all about was a hypothetical that I came up with when I was driving with Bay. And it actually goes inside the sim kind of universe type deal. So if you've kind of made it to me throughout this whole podcast, I do appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share this with everybody that you know that you don't know. Just post it. As this empire grows, then you're gonna see more stuff. You're gonna see greatness. You're gonna see more people come in. Like everybody that's in the comments, you can come. Like, I want to invite you. We can talk about it. You see, I'm trying to be diverse. My next podcast is probably going to be anime or cartoon related. And I got to dive deeper into that music. Me and Guru, a guy, got something cooking up for y'all. Don't worry. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. But the hypothetical that I came up with, and one of the last things that I want to talk about is what if you as a person had a stock on your life. So say you woke up one day and you had 3 lives. We're just gonna say 3 because I like odd numbers. You woke up, or how do you think it's gonna be different if you were born with 3 lives? And the rules of it is you get 3 lives, but don't nobody else know how many lives you have, and you don't know how many lives somebody else got. But you wake up one day, you have 3 lives. If you die, you start over at a respawn, like on a respawn point, wherever your save point is. You can have a couple of different save points throughout life, but if you die, you go to one of those 3 save spots and you start that moment over. You don't start the day over, you don't start nothing else over. You go. But the thing is, like I said, you don't know how nobody else's life is. Like, you don't know if the person you finna run into has 3 stocks. They can either lie to you. They can lie to you and tell you that they have 1 left just so you can leave them alone, and vice versa. And then whenever your three gone, you're erased, gone, done, like forgot about. Me personally, I appreciate the life that we live in now. Having the one life and this, that, and the other. That would be wild. Only because if you wake up and you know you have 3 stock of life, the next person knows they have 3 stock of life, and they don't know how many you have, then you're fucked a little bit. In the For real, I'm living as if I only have 1. Because and the bad part about that is, if you living as if you only have 1, say you go through your whole life. And I was thinking about this part too. What if you go through your whole life, you're 90 years old, and you suffer a heart attack? Boom, that's 1 life gone. You wake up, at whatever safe spot you want to go, and then you suffer another heart attack because you're 90 years old. Like, boom, like you're gone. And then you go back, and now you run through those 3 lives. That's probably like one of the only downsides that it would come into. Like if you just so happen to survive the whole duration of a normal life, because your life expectancy doesn't expand. Like all because it's a 3 stock life now doesn't mean your life expectancy goes from 75, 80 to 100, and you're living to 120 years old. No, your life expectancy is still what it is. But in this simulation, or in this life that you're living, you just have 3 stocks. I wouldn't change how I'm living to a point, because I be driving and I be wanting to run into some motherfuckers because motherfuckers can't drive. Like, man, Man, but the killing part about that is everybody gonna be living like that. So you gonna run across your people that's living scared because they don't want to lose a life. You gonna run across some people that's living reckless because because you because you have 3 lives, and then you're gonna have them people kind of in the middle. It's normally 10% one way, 10% on the other side, and then the rest of the 80% just kind of falls in the middle. I'm gonna be a part of that 10% that's living like I don't want to lose those lives. But man, that'd be a crazy set of circumstances. Because like what if you're getting kinky? Like man, in a way, jail would be abolished. No, because you can die in jail, but that life, say like you die in jail. That life sentence is done. You get responded somewhere else because you have a different save spot. So that's kind of like your get out of jail free card. You go to jail and you be like, man, I got 3 lives. Let me go ahead. You're out of jail. You're gonna serve that sentence because essentially you died. That life stock gone. So you essentially got 2 more tries. But but say you go to jail for something like murder. You can't be tried twice, but other people are gonna be looking at you sideways. They be like, man, he killed him. He I can't say killed. He unalived himself just so he can get out of jail. I wonder how many livestock he got left. Then people start trying you. So anything within this world is going to be a double-edged sword, and it's crazy to think about because you don't know, it might be like that for real. But I don't want to get inside of afterlife and this, that, and the other. So that's not any, this channel gonna go a lot of places. Now it might go there if you want to. Yeah, yeah, it might go back there if you want to, but I digress. Oh, and then another part of that was like, what if you have to start over? But I was like, nah, you shouldn't have to start over because that defeats the purpose of having the 3 stock unless you start over and take the memory back with you. But then you're reversing everybody else's life, and you can't do that because it's not just you in this world; it's you and everybody else. So you can't reset everybody else's life; only yours get reset. The only time you reset everybody else's life is if you lose all 3, and they're erased. Like you're erased. Like boom, you're like saved data that's been deleted. But that'd be wild though. Really? Like that would be crazy. Like that would be crazy. Like you're in a standoff with the police. Like imagine the scenarios that you can run across just just having a 3 stock of life. Man, you getting kinky, you choking, she choking you, you choking her, and next thing you know, she disappeared. Or the next thing you know, you wake up, you gotta pick where your saves, where you gonna respawn at. Oh man, hopefully that's not your last life. Hopefully that's not your last life because you just came and went and left memory for the rest of your life because because you wanted to get choked. Man, For real, it's so much that can happen. Just think about it. Just think about the life that you can live, or how everybody else is gonna change the way that they live based off of knowing that. Man, oh, I appreciate y'all though. Yeah, I appreciate y'all because y'all helping me kind of. I could patent everything. Patent. This is unknown emperor. Let me not tell y'all. I'm gonna talk to my artist. We gonna have something cooking. He know who I'm talking to. I'm gonna talk to you. This gonna be a nice. That's a nice idea though, man. And then you bring your baby into the world with three stocks. There's some horrible people out in this world. I don't even want to think about the bad stuff that you can do with it. I don't even want to think about the good stuff you can do with it. But just imagine having a three stock of life. Like the possibilities are endless. You can really just be like, man, fuck it. Let me go ahead and jump, man. And then acts of passion, like your girl, your man cheating on you, you run in, fa fa fa. Don't let the respawn be back at the same house. Cause you gonna get her. She gonna respond right back next to you. It's gonna boom, and then old dude. Hopefully, old dude he gonna respond back at his crib. Man, oh my goodness. Hey, how you doing? A lot of people just joined in, and I appreciate you for joining in on Just an Unknown podcast with your host, Unknown Emperor. For you who just joined in and who just tuned in, the question that we have is hypothetically, if you are if you are living and you wake up the next day, or say it was how it was from the beginning, and you had a three stock, like your life, you had three lives to deal with, like you had three extra lives, how would your life be different, or how would you move differently? That was the question that I was talking about when you joined in. So if you want to go ahead and tune in, I appreciate it. But I appreciate everybody that is giving me some feedback. Like, man, I got some more hypotheticals, but I've been talking y'all ear off for a little minute, and I know they getting hungry. So man, but like that would be wild. Like the possibilities are endless. Cause then like you can still get shot. Like you can still go through your normal life, and because people get shot in real life now, and they still live and go through their day. So like a paper cut or something wouldn't end you. Like a paper cut wouldn't end you, but you gonna have to go through life. Like, oh my goodness. Man, them people that be cutting you off, or that won't let you merge over, or that one person on the internet, man, I would be a professional hitman. Like if we had a stock three of life, I would be an undercover hitman and get paid buku dollars. Buku dollars. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Man, this is gonna be great. What would you do if you woke up one day and you could no longer feel pain or get sick? Man, does that mean I'm dead when I get old? Or because well, if I didn't get sick, oh, what kind of sickness? Never mind. Let me stop. 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 How sick we talking? Like, are we talking terminal sickness? Are we talking like the flu, COVID? Are we talking about all sickness together? Are we talking about cancer, AIDS, or like what type of sickness are we talking? Because if I woke up and couldn't feel pain or couldn't get sick, you're right. I'll become an MMA fighter. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Before I get in trouble. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. Wait. If I catch it, oh, I can't catch it. Oh, I can't catch it. Oh, Well, to be honest, I'm still living my life. Guru Guy said, I'll probably be a boxer, an MMA fighter, something, something like that. Or I'd be like Chris Angel's mind freak and be letting I lay on glass and let steamrollers roll over me. Y'all used to watch Chris Angels at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Man, man, Chris Angels was that dude. Chris Angels was that dude. But again, I digress. I digress. I digress. Man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all so much. This it's only up from here. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep rolling, and it's only up from here. Whenever, like I said, whenever I make it big, I'll be more than happy to have y'all kind of come on. Y'all can sit right next to me, or we can get on that couch right there and post it up, and we can talk it out, have debates, have conversations. I really do appreciate y'all for stopping by. This one was a little bit more towards wrestling tomorrow. Got to do a little NBA, a little NFL, and then a little back and forth with with my empire. I appreciate y'all for being a part of that empire. It's only gonna grow. It's only gonna keep going from here. If you like what you heard, please leave a comment, leave a like. Please share it with everybody that you know. Send me ideas. I'm gonna leave everything in the description as far as my IG. I'm gonna leave my email. I can be reached by email, and if you want to check out some more stuff that I did, I only got a couple of videos, and I have some stuff from like 4 or 5 years ago that you can check out. I was a younger, skinnier, more adolescent man then. Right now, I'm just a little bit bigger. But if you want to check out those videos, you can. If you want to comment and let me know videos you want to hear me talk about, you can. I'll be a little bit more advertising when I do podcasts so I can have more people. But I appreciate the people that are here. Man, I didn't come into it expecting much, but right now it's just me watering this plant, and we're gonna continue to grow all 2024 to affinity and beyond. Thank you for stopping by this empire. I am your host, Unknown Emperor. Man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we're in and off this podcast on the nice note. If take that hypothetical to people you know and see what they do. If you're doing this at a later date and you want to do the hypothetical, you are more than welcome to leave it. Let me know what your Mount Rushmore is. Let me know what your favorite video games are. Here at Just an Unknown podcast, we do talk about this is a culture cast. We talk about everything here. Nothing is off the table. I just got to get my knowledge and stuff up on it. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and tune in next time. And then we can talk about it. Everything we can talk about. I am signing off. I will see you when I see you, unless I don't see you. Your host, Unknown Emperor, signing off. I will talk to you guys later. And then I'm going to hold off for a little minute because they say I'll be cutting off a little early. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to, then I'm going to rock with you. And then watch anime. I cannot do a podcast without telling you to watch anime. Watch anime. I'll do an anime podcast coming soon. Watch anime. Appreciate you.